Welcome to Movie Speeching. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take good care. The Calm Beyond is the name of the movie. Please like and subscribe to get every update. It was an ordinary day in Hong Kong when suddenly the largest tsunami in history hit the city, quickly flooding the streets and filling buildings. People panicked and ran to find a safe place to hide, but the water flowed faster than them. Only those who managed to reach a high enough floor survived, and Hong Kong lost most of its population in just a few hours. 5 years later, Asha still has nightmares about the horror she felt that day. However, every morning, she suppressed her fear and continued to survive. She lives in a dilapidated building and makes use of trash cans to hide her belongings from potential enemies. She has collected everything useful for water over the years and created hiding places throughout the apartment, like making a hole under the sofa cushion. Every morning, she goes to the roof and gets clean water from a secret hideout that is also carefully hidden. After drinking tea, she listened to the radio, but she ignored the recorded message announcing a government shelter with supplies and instead chose music. She carefully used headphones to avoid causing additional noise. She then used a towel to catch the morning dew, adding it to her bottled water supply. She also measured all the bottles to see how much clean water was left. She couldn't help but worry because it hadn't rained for a long time. After finishing work, she ate instant noodles and remembered the beautiful restaurants with delicious food that she often visited with her friends. Next, Asha used binoculars to survey the area. Only the tops of buildings can be seen sticking out of the water, and sometimes these buildings begin to collapse. She also made sure that the few surviving neighbors remained in their apartments. Suddenly, she saw a box floating on the water and ran to another window, where she had set up a makeshift harpoon-like mechanism which she used to retrieve it. During a tumble, she tried to grab the box, but as she tried to pull it, something in the water pulled the box down and caused it to hit the edge of the window, injuring her arm. Asha ignored the pain and continued to fight the mysterious force, returning to the lash when the creature finally let go. Asha then brought the box back inside and the animal retaliated by sending a wave towards her. The box mainly contained trash, but she also found a bottle of wine. On her way back to the roof, Asha stared at the door at the end of the hallway before moving back, clearly upset. On the roof, she used wine to clean her wound before bandaging it and drinking it to ease the pain. At night, she heard screaming, looked outside and saw two ferocious corpse boats passing by and attacking her neighbors. There was also a man on another roof looking at her building, so Asha hid for a few seconds before looking back. It looked like the boats were coming to her house, so she rushed down the stairs, hid all her everyday belongings, spread out the mattress, and even threw dirt in the hallway to make it look inhabited. She then hid behind a false wall in the closet, making sure to stay quiet as the scavengers entered the room and began looking for food, even checking the closet. Luckily, they found nothing, but Asha was surprised to hear gunshots. A boy had just opened fire thinking something was moving, but it was a mistake. As the group leaves, Asha cries in relief and tries to calm herself with a beautiful memory. Before the tragedy, Asha had acquired a half-sister and she took her out to eat to begin bonding. The next day, she found another box and among the trash in it, she was happy to find a jar of honey. However, her happy moment was ruined when she saw a body floating in the water. Sometime later, while Asha was busy, someone snuck in and started taking things from Asha's secret places. Asha thought she heard something but didn't see anything, so she ignored it for now. As she was getting ready to go to bed, she heard another noise and used a flashlight to check, but again there was nothing. She then washed her face and deliberately left behind soap to catch the intruder, who turned out to be a little girl. Asha grabbed her shoulder to confront her, but the child kicked her and ran away. She grabs a few more items, including Asha's makeshift lamp, and heads down the hallway, but before she can open the mysterious door, she hears Asha coming and leaves. That night, Asha dreamed about the time she went shopping for clothes for her sister's birthday and how she told her best friend that she couldn't wait to move out of her parents' house. When she woke up, she noticed some of her food reserves were missing, so Asha started following the empty wrappers on the ground and found the girl sleeping with a lantern. She didn't have the heart to wake her up, so she went to cook. When the girl finally woke up, she went looking for other hidden compartments. At a fake store, she finds an envelope with photos of Asha and her sister and is caught red-handed. The child runs away and Asha hastily puts the photos back in place, not realizing that she accidentally dropped one. Then she prepared a second portion of noodles and brought it to the child who was missing her sister's birthday dinner. Their parents gave her the family necklace, which angered Asha because as the firstborn, she had to receive it. An argument occurs and Asha leaves. Back to the present, Asha is now wearing this necklace. The girl ignored the invitation to eat, so Asha left her by her side and left. The child ate everything and a moment later she realized that Asha had also left her a mattress. She doesn't use it, but the next morning she returns to Asha all the things she stole. For lunch, Asha prepared 2 portions of noodles and left 1 portion for the girl to eat on the roof. However, the child soon joins her and imitates everything she does, making them laugh and bond. This reminds Asha of the happiness of her previous life. At night, the young girl finally agreed to take the remaining mattress and sleep next to Asha. Soon, she starts crying and tries to hide it, but Asha tells her that it's okay to cry and be scared. She misses her family but thinks she will see her mother again soon because she is building a boat to find her. She also mentions that her name is Hey Hey. After a night full of nightmares, Asha takes Hey Hey with her to the roof to perform the routine. Hack Hai played with the door and removed the tape that Asha put on the lock so that when the door accidentally closed, they couldn't open it from the outside. Asha is upset, but Hey Hey immediately shows her that she can open the lock and open it again. Later, when Asha was preparing another meal, she realized her necklace was missing. Just then, she heard a noise and looked out the window to see the scavengers had returned, so she asked Hack Hai to keep quiet while waiting until they were gone. Later, while Asha is helping Hey Hey clean up, the girl asks them to leave together, but Asha refuses. She said this was her house and there was nothing outside anyway. Asha then asks Hey Hey if she took her necklace, but Hey Hey says she didn't and runs to another apartment, offended by the accusation. In the evening, Asha was having dinner alone when she noticed there was a lack of water, so she went to check and discovered that Hack Hai had been washed. This evokes another memory of the news of a storm reaching neighboring countries and how she fought with her mother, who wanted her to get married and become a good wife. That night, the nightmares get worse and Asha keeps seeing bodies in the water. When she woke up, she momentarily mistook Hey Hey for her sister. Later, Asha teaches Hey Hey how to manage the electricity in the building, but Hey Hey interrupts to ask about the door at the end of the hallway. Asha asks him to leave it as this room stinks and if they open it, the smell will spread everywhere. Another memory shows Asha watching a news report about the utter devastation caused by the floods in Singapore. Her mother turned off the TV and told her about the upcoming family reunion, but Asha couldn't go. Another argument ensued and Asha told her family she felt like a prisoner before leaving the apartment. Back to the present, Hey Hey is using the radio and hears a message about the shelter, so she runs to Asha to tell her to go. Asha refused, explaining that going out was dangerous. An argument occurs, so Hey Hey calls Asha angry and bitter and leaves the room. Following her into another room, Asha discovers that Hey Hey is building a raft from debris and that she also has a flare gun. Asha immediately took it from her and confessed. Some time ago, she tried to leave, and the situation there was so terrible that she had to go back. After reconciliation, Asha recalls her sister following her out of the apartment after an argument with her parents and asking her not to go. Asha explains that it is time for her to move, but she promises that they will always be together. The next morning it finally rained, so Asha and Hey Hey rush to the roof to catch as much water as possible and store it neatly. As they work, Hey Hey notices Asha's necklace has fallen off. Asha then discovers the photo left behind and she is overwhelmed with memories, so Hey Hey comforts her and reminds her that they were together. When Asha went to sleep, she was surprised to find something under her pillow. It was her necklace, which had fallen off because the clasp was broken. Feeling bad about how she treated Hey Hey, the next morning, Asha began working nonstop until she built a raft. Hey Hey is excited and Asha remembers the night of the argument again. Her sister was trying to tell her that she had left the necklace in Asha's jacket when suddenly everyone on the street started running wildly as there was a huge tsunami behind them that hit the street in just a few seconds. Back in the present, Asha decides to give her necklace to Hey Hey. Sometime later, the duo gathered supplies to prepare the raft to leave. Hey Hey was listening to the radio when the headphones were accidentally disconnected, causing the music in the room to echo loudly. Asha quickly turned it off, but soon they heard the voices of the scavengers outside. Panicked, the duo hastily hid all their personal belongings as quickly as possible. Then Asha pushed Hey Hey into the hole behind the fake wardrobe wall. There wasn't enough room for two people, so Asha would hide in the smelly room. Soon, scavengers entered through the window, but Asha hid in time in the smelly room, where she found old family photos because this was her old apartment. The scavengers this time conducted a much more violent search, destroying everything they could find, including the raft. A guy entered the smelly room and choked on the stench, but he kept moving and removed some old bed sheets to find the bodies of Asha's parents, causing him to vomit. At the same time, Asha also threw herself back into memory of the night of the tragedy. The wave destroyed everything in its path, killing dozens of people every second. People started pushing each other for a chance to survive, so Asha pulled her sister into a building to take the stairs, but soon the crowd followed them. Back in the present, the scavengers take all the food and look at Asha's photo. The boy found the closet and noticed something strange, so the other scavengers helped him move the fake wall and capture Hey Hey. Asha heard all this from her hiding place in the smelly room and had a flashback. While they were going up the stairs, the younger sister tripped backwards and was trampled by the crowd. Asha panicked and continued running, not realizing her sister was missing until she reached the roof. Suddenly, Asha hears a frightened Hey Hey telling the group where she is, and the scavengers quickly find her, knocking her unconscious. When she wakes up, Asha is tied up and the foreign scavenger tries to take advantage of her, but soon the leader calls her out. A moment later, Hey Hey and all her belongings were put on the boat to pick up trash. Asha was also quickly pulled away and looked at Hey, which reminded her of her sister, making her realize that she couldn't make the same mistake again. She pulled the rope, but the guy backed away and pushed her into the water. Luckily, there was a broken CD nearby, so Asha used it to attack the man, causing him to angrily try to drown her. After a while of difficulty, Asha finally got the flare gun out of her pocket and shot the guy dead. The other scavengers heard the noise and returned to the building, but they did not see Asha. When the group split up to search, a big guy heard Asha crying and chased after her, but this was part of her trap. She knocked him down with a rope, then used a guitar to beat him to death. She then took the knife and ran into another room to turn on the radio. Just then, a scavenger followed the noise and Asha jumped on him from behind, stabbing him with a knife. That wasn't enough and the guy started fighting with Asha, throwing her onto the mattress in an attempt to suffocate her. Luckily, she got the knife and started stabbing him repeatedly until he died. Later, the scavenger also heard a noise and found a tin can with fire inside. Asha surprised her by dousing her with oil and pushing her into another room, where she lit it before blocking the door to let it burn slowly. The leader heard her screams and headed in that direction, but as he went up the stairs, Asha rushed in and stabbed him. Another fight ensued, with the ringleader punching Asha several times before trying to strangle her. Asha continued to struggle and grabbed the light tube, causing darkness as she used it to beat the guy to death. When she turned on the flashlight, the boy appeared and opened fire, so Asha immediately ran to the roof. The boy chased after her, and as soon as he got out, Asha closed the door after removing the tape, trapping the scavenger on the roof. The boy started asking for help in an innocent voice and Asha considered taking pity on him, but soon he started pulling on the door, so Asha left. There was only one scavenger left on the boat, watching over Hey. Asha walks to the window and uses her harpoon-like device, but she misses and it falls into the water. When the boy moved to check out the noise, Hey took the opportunity to push him off the boat, but the man grabbed her and knocked her down. Asha, in desperation, jumped into the water to save her as the man surfaced nearby, but was eaten by sea creatures. After a few seconds of silence, the duo reappeared, unharmed. They swam back to the boat and eventually left, knowing that all the items stolen by the scavenger would keep them going until they found shelter. That night, Asha finally slept without nightmares. Thank you for watching. See you on the next video.